Johnny, because I know that you will not allow me to respond with such length on your live.
Again, he's being a hypocrite. He's trying to make the claim that I wouldn't let him respond on my live, but that's simply not true. As we established in the last video that I made on him, when he came into my live, he was incredibly disrespectful. He would not let anybody else speak or respond. He was interrupting everyone. He's such a hypocrite and a liar. I guess you'll know them by their fruits.
Make a video, and I do hope that you engage with it. So I wanted to respond to this, but I was not able to via video. So you said, I saw your response. I plan to make a response when I get home later. The main thing I noticed is that you didn't even refute anything. All you said was, hey, this guy in Acts says it's about Jesus, when I've actually demonstrated why it's about Israel. And the guy you quote is clearly wrong. Okay. So what I said was, I see your interpretation that you're giving, that you have an interpretation of the word. What I offered you was just one small snippet, which was, hey, brother, I see that there are other people with interpretations that it's about Jesus that live with him.
And again, the Apostle Philip would be wrong. Israel is consistently identified as being the servant numerous times throughout Isaiah. And when we get to Isaiah 53, it's clear that this is about the righteous remnant of Israel depicted in Zephaniah 3:13.
So in my response, I brought up Philip. So now I'm going to bring up the rest of the scriptures that cause me to believe that Isaiah 53 is about Jesus.
Instead of bringing up the Apostle Philip like you did the last time, you could have just brought up all the verses that make you think this is about Jesus. Instead, you just chose to bring me somebody else's flawed interpretation of the text. Instead of bringing me the text that makes you think is about Jesus, you brought me what somebody else's interpretation was.
Recap, John says that I offered no refutation, and in this video that he is talking about where I offered no refutation,
I like how casually he admitted that he didn't provide a refutation in the video. It's pretty funny.
What I said was that the Apostle Philip, not just that one guy said something and he was wrong, I said the Apostle Philip believed that Isaiah 53 was about Jesus, according to Acts chapter 8. He shared Isaiah 53 with the eunuch in the chariot.
I'm aware, and still none of this is refuting any of the things I've said about Isaiah 53. I am going to skip ahead to his main points, which, spoiler alert, they still don't refute anything I've said. And the main reason I'm skipping forward is because he just cries. He's crying about the way I worded something. He didn't like the way I worded something, so he just goes off on a tangent about it. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to his actual point.
Moving on, you act like I stand on just one leg. So Luke chapter 2, verse 36, I think what Jesus thought about himself is significant. But now he who has a money bag, let him take it, and likewise a knapsack. And he who has no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. For I say to you that that which is written must still be accomplished in me. And he was numbered with the transgressors, for the things concerning me have an end. So we got Philip, who thinks it's about Jesus. We got Jesus, who thinks it's about Jesus. Brother Paul is...
And again, Philip and Jesus are both wrong. Instead of actually going into the context of Isaiah or Isaiah 53, he just keeps making the claim that other people say it's about Jesus. Instead of actually trying to provide a refutation for the idea that it's about Israel, he just keeps trying to find people who agree that it's about Jesus.
Also a witness. We got Romans chapter 10, verse 16. They have not obeyed the gospel. I think we infer he's talking about the gospel of Jesus Christ. For Isaiah says, Lord, who has believed our report. 1 second, Johnny D. So you're telling me that you are right and the apostle Peter is not right. Because Peter says, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us as an example, that you should follow his steps, who committed no sin, nor was deceit found in his mouth. Does that sound familiar to you?
So again, instead of actually providing any kind of textual evidence that Isaiah 53 is about Jesus, all he does is say, hey, all of these people say that it's about Jesus. But I can just demonstrate again very easily that this is about the righteous remnant of Israel. So first, Isaiah 41:8, it says, But you, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the offspring of Abraham, my friend. So it's Israel. 44 verse 1 and 44:21. And when it comes to Isaiah 53, specifically being about the righteous remnant of Israel, I'll go to Zephaniah 3:13, where it says, The remnant of Israel, they shall do no wrong and utter no lies, nor shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouths. But then they will pasture and lie down, and no one shall make them afraid. And Isaiah 53 verse 9 says pretty much the same thing about the servant. It says, Although he had done no violence, and there was no deceit in his mouth. This is clearly a call to the righteous remnant.
So, brother, I want to know why I should believe you, Johnny B. the atheist, over Peter, over Paul, over Jesus, over Philip. I want you to explain to me why your interpretation should be the one that I accept as the truth.
The reason you should trust my interpretation versus the apostles' flawed interpretations is because my interpretation is based on evidence. You have yet to provide me any evidence that it is about Jesus. In all three of these response videos, including this one, I have provided you evidence that Isaiah 53 is about the righteous remnant of Israel. All you do is say, hey, these apostles say that it's about Jesus, but what is their evidence? What textual evidence from Isaiah do they have to suggest that Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah or that it is about Jesus? They don't have any. Whereas very easily I was able to provide you evidence from Isaiah 53, from Isaiah, and from Zephaniah 3:13 that Isaiah 53 is about the righteous remnant of Israel.
I eagerly await your response. Oh, and lastly, brother, when I'm deciding what is true and what is false, I go by the testimony of the living God. He is my witness. I talk to him daily, brother. In fact, he never leaves me. Okay?
It sounds a lot like you have a parasocial relationship with a fictional character.
So you're an atheist, and so you think that that's crazy, and I'm a schizophrenic.
I never once said you were crazy, and I never said you were schizophrenic, but now I'm kind of wondering. This is where I'm going to end the video because the rest of the video is just him preaching and playing guitar, so this is just where I'm going to end it because nobody wants to see all that.